welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Very excited today because today sees the official launch of the new Stampin' Up catalogue. And there's some lovely things just on the front and on the top. These are all the things that are already on my wish list. I'm sure there will be more. But today I am going to show you one of the things I already have and absolutely love. And that is this Free of a Bird stamp set. Now I have to say, usually I'm not a big fan of bird sets. I don't know why, but I've never really found them easy to use. Totally the opposite with this. Absolutely love it. And if you hang on to the end of the video, I will show you some more samples made with it. But for today's video, I'm actually going to show a technique, which is stamping onto a darker cardstock and then using some chalk marker and things to lighten it. So let's have a little look at this. So my layer here is 5.5 by 3 3/4. This would be your standard layer if you're in the European markets. If you're in the US, I'm just checking, I've got a cheat sheet here. Your layer would be 5.25 by 4. Okay, if you're using US letter. I'm going to stamp using crumb cake ink. No, I'm not. I'm going to stamp using soft suede ink and just stamp here onto the crumb cake card to get our outline. And then I want to put some leaves in as well. And I'll just pop a few in there. Maybe one up at the top there. Okay. And then some flowers. Now we've got two different sizes of flower on here, but I'm just going to use the smaller one. Just put some little flowers in. Now I've personally need the flowers joined on. So I'm just going to draw in some little stems for those flowers to be attached. I'm not the best at drawing, which is why I love stamping. And while I'm here with my ink, I'm also going to stamp my greeting. I'll pop it down here. It says, "Your friendship means the world to me." So that's that. Now let's have a little look at the technique. I'm going to use two blends here, and I'm going to start off with the ivory. Now this is one of my most used blends. When you first go in with it, it looks super dark and you think, oh my goodness, that looks as if that's going to be a bit too much. And I'm sort of going over the places where these little birdies are shaded and a bit more. And then I'm going to take a darker one, which is the light crumb cake, and just with the fine end, I'm going over just a little bit more, just on those edge pieces, maybe a little bit on his head. And you may be able to see that this is already, as the crumb cake is drying, it's already getting a little bit paler. I'm going to leave that for a moment. I might come back and do a little bit more, but I'm now going to switch to the chalk marker. Now this is, of all the white ink pens I have ever used, this one is by far the best because it gives you a really nice solid white colour. Even on, if you were doing it on Night of Navy or on black, you would still get that effect. So I'm just going ahead and colouring in those flowers. I'm trying to leave a little bit in the middle where the little markings are, where the little stamens are. I'm trying not to go over those because it will cover them. So I'm just literally doing the petals. I'm going to go back to the ivory marker. Let's just check I've got the ivory one, yes, and also colour in the leaves on here. And you don't have to, you know, sort of colour them in completely. If you don't want to, you can just put a little bit of colour into them. But it does make them pop off the page to have some colour there. And you would think, oh, I'm colouring leaves, I need these to be green, but I actually really like this sort of semi-monochrome look. Another little tip of something that you can do using this technique is to colour in white and then colour over with another colour. So if you wanted to, then you can, you know, perhaps lift the middle of the flowers with a bit of pink or something. But I'm going to just stick with a monochrome look. And now I'm going in and putting a little bit of white on the little blossoms that are on the branch. And finally, with the light crumb cake, I'm going to go in and do that branch itself. That will also enable me just to put a little bit there, because I didn't quite go over the edge. I should have gone a little bit over the edge there. But I wanted to get my whole blossom in, so I've just added a little bit there. So it doesn't look like the branch is floating in midair. The colour I am coordinating with is the Poppy Parade. Lovely vibrant red. But you could, frankly, you could put this on almost any colour and it's going to look good. But I just really like that effect. As I say, you can go back in and increase the colour a little bit if you want a little bit more shading, but I'm going to leave it just like that. And it's probably even now got a little bit more drying to do, so it might go just a little bit paler, but that is the effect that you get. As I promised, I have made some other projects with this. So I've made a Christmas card. This is with the bigger bird image. We've got one that just focuses on the larger flowers and the little buds there. This is one of my favourites. So here I have again used the ivory, but just left their tummies a little bit light there, and a little bit of the new ribbon. That's so pretty as well, isn't it? And just coloured around the edge in the pale pool party, the light pool party, just to kind of surround them there. And then another little kind of festive-y type colours with that one, making a little robin and his friends. Although robins are usually in my garden are pretty territorial and will probably see off those other birds. Right, so thanks for visiting Elizabeth's Craft Room today. If you would like to see the new catalogue, get in touch with me at the link either here, or if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a link below. It's always nice to have a real catalogue in your hand, isn't it? Thanks for visiting, and I look forward to welcoming you back again soon.